Madrid crushes City in the Champions League in just 6 minutes. What gesture did Vinicius Jr. show to the fans to tell them to be quiet? It looks like the former Manchester City player is going to have to cut off his balls for his silly predictions. Everything about the grand match, Madrid and Manchester. In this video, for the like and gratitude, we flew. There were no surprises from Carlo's starter in the lineup. Valverde played on the right side of defense due to injuries to Carlo and Basques, while Ceballos and Camavinga played in central midfield. And once again, Carlo trusted Mendy with his usual spot on the left flank of defense. And what moment did Ferland miss at the very beginning of the match? He was right on the goal line. All he had to do was just nudge the ball into the net. Valverde's reaction is particularly revealing here. Look, he already started celebrating the goal, but the goal didn't happen. We played an excellent match, conceded 2 unfortunate goals, dominated, and deserved the win. Courtois said after the match and called the goals conceded unfortunate. To be fair, Manchester City's first goal wasn't bad, let's admit it. The hosts carried out a high-quality, fast attack, pulling 2 Madrid central defenders out to the flank, which Guardiola and Haaland then took advantage of. In the first half, we could have conceded another goal, but Raul Asensio played phenomenally in that moment. Just look at that tackle. The Madrid Academy graduate flew in and blocked Haaland's shot. Carlo was nervous during the halftime. The fans noticed that. When the coach keeps pulling out chewing gum, that's a sign of anxiety. We're about to get to the great finish of this match by Madrid and how Vini Jr. responded to the fans' insult. For now, let's break down the second goal that Madrid conceded. It was a penalty, and it was a foul by Ceballos in the 80th minute. But let's take a closer look. Wasn't it just outside the box? There was contact between Ceballos and the opposing player. Madrid fans, for example, were outraged. This is ridiculous. That's clearly not a penalty, but it's definitely outside the box. Clearly, the penalty was made to order. And Ceballos' comment after the match is also important for us. It seemed to me that the foul happened outside the box, but the referee still pointed to the spot. That made me worried. 2 goals conceded by Madrid, but that doesn't matter anymore when we know the final score, right? And let's get to the most enjoyable part. Madrid equalized in the 60th minute. It was Ceballos who gave this pass to Mbappe. The strike was awkward, it seemed, but when Kylian is in true form, balls fly into the opponent's net from any position. Well, then there was Vini Jr.'s benefit. He was maximally motivated in this meeting, and let's say thank you to the fans for that. Manchester City. One fan brought a replica of the Ballon d'Or, which went to RODRI'S. Just to remind you, not Vini Jr., and you remember that Madrid completely ignored the award ceremony. And, of course, there's that legendary banner that was impossible to miss. It has RODRI'S and the Ballon d'Or on it, along with the word "Stop Crying." Of course, these are lyrics from a song, but it is clear to whom this message is addressed. Of course, Vini Jr. And it was especially terrible to see a happy, satisfied RODRI'S taking pictures with that banner. That could piss anyone off, not to mention the hot-headed, emotional, ambitious Vini Jr. I'll drop a hit, and right away, I'll show you 2 emotions. Right after the match, that's when the players head to the buses. Here comes Vini Jr., and he's in a great mood. And how's RODRI'S feeling? Of course, it's completely different. I saw the banner and it motivated me even more. When the opposing fans do things like that, it gives me more strength to play a great match. Besides the banner, the fans were shouting the following words at Vini Jr. "Where's your Ballon d'Or?" And look at how elegantly the Brazilian responded. It's just amazing. Before I get to Vini Jr.'s answer, I'd like to remind you that you can always find interesting, curious moments from matches in the Madrid fan app. There's a link in the description of this video. So how did Vinicius Jr. react to the fans? He pointed to the shirt that had the number 15 on it. Madrid has won the Champions League so many times. And, by the way, Vini Jr. himself has more victories in the tournament than the entire Manchester City team. So, what did Vinicius Jr. do at the end of the match? He pulled off something truly fantastic. First, he shot for the near corner. This was when the score was 1-2, and the ball bounced perfectly after the goalkeeper saved that powerful shot from Vinicius Jr. right to Brahim's foot. And this time, Ederson had no chance, and the score is now 2-2. By the way, it took Brahim a few minutes after coming off the bench to come into this match and score such an important goal. And just look at Jude's reaction when Brahim gives an interview after the game. It's just beyond words. It's a happy team, and we're so glad to see them. Well, then came the 92nd minute, and Vinicius Jr. scores another goal for Madrid. He turns this match upside down. What a run by the Brazilian. What passion. What motivation. Jude taps the ball into the empty net. The score is now 3-2. We know this Madrid very well from past seasons. We really love this Madrid. And this evening was pure joy for all of us. So, who's shedding tears? Who needs to wipe them off? Now we're left wondering, because Vinicius Jr. was named the best player of the match. Also, let's take a look at how many assists Vinicius Jr. has given in the Champions League playoffs. He now has 13. Do you know who he surpassed? He surpassed Messi in assists during the playoffs, and he played 50 matches. This. And the creative fans of Man City, who were hanging up banners, now have a canvas for more creativity. Look at Guardiola. When this game flipped from 2-1 to 2-3, not in his favor. Just look at those sad emotions on the face of the Manchester City coach. It seems like the fans have had the same expressions on their faces all day and even now. The match went well for us. We played a complete match in every aspect. We defended well, worked hard, and finished our chances. It was a complete game on our part. These words were said by Ancelotti, feeling pleased with the result right after the final whistle. We're also happy with the result. Well, about the game, we're going to set that aside for now because we still want it to be better without conceding goals and more confident than these kinds of comebacks. Here I'm wondering, has GUER already prepared his eggs after the match ended? Now I'll tell you the story, but first let me remind you that in just a week, that is, next week, there's the return match against Manchester City at the Bernabeu. Yeah, with 1 goal in hand, but I think it's like that. Manchester City, with their fans behind them, should, Ancelotti's players, simply finish off. You can see the promo code on the screens. Feel free to grab it and activate it right now. It'll literally take just a minute, and you'll find the link in the pinned comment. Real money will show up in your account, and I think it's time to bet on Madrid's victory in the return match against Manchester City. Yeah, what's up with Aguero's eggs? A former Man City player has allegedly said he will cut off his balls if Madrid beat Manchester City. This quote has spread so much across the internet that everyone is already eager to see this action. Because Madrid won, well, Aguero must keep his word. But let's calm down a bit, because it seems like that was just a figure of speech from Aguero that got misinterpreted and mistranslated, and what he actually said was, "I'll be shocked if Madrid beats Manchester City." So, let Aguero be calm, but watch his words from now on. I want to congratulate you all on the victory. It was monumental. Our season continues. Now with more confidence, we know that we can really achieve results like this in big matches. Subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.